Hello everyone and welcome to yet another office talk, this time in a bit of a different environment. It's Easter holidays and I thought sitting in the home office would be a bit of a cheat actually, because the sun was shining just a minute ago. Hopefully it will start soon again. But having Easter holidays, spending time away from work, actually made me realize we have an expression that is fairly new in the corporate world, but for me is already outdated. And this topic is work-life balance. I really think it's outdated, and let me tell you why. So, why is work-life balance already outdated, even though it's a fairly new expression? Well, for me, a lot of companies work with work-life balance in the way that we need to establish a balance between the work life and the private life. I completely agree to that. That's fair enough. But in the end, it divides the life into two pieces: the private life and the work life. And for me, it's not that it's not working like this. We have one life and one life only, which means if we don't thrive in our private life, we cannot accomplish what we need to do in our work life. So we need to find a better balance. And sorry for the noise, by the way, but it's like I said, Easter holidays, and everybody is out in their yards working. And this chainsaw guy has been going on for almost all day. But I hope we can bear with that in the end. But we don't have two lives. We have one life, which means in the end, if we are trying to balance between them, but we don't really realize what is going on in the individuals ones, it doesn't work out. If you have a bad work balance or a bad work situation in general, you will not thrive and have extra power when you get back to your family. If you have a tough private life, you will not be fulfilling your work life. So in the end, it's all about creating the balance. It's not a bad thing to talk about what is going on in your private life with your employer or your colleagues or whatever it might be. We need to find the proper balance in life. We need to be motivated. We need to stay highly motivated, both in work but also in the private life. And if sometimes the private life demands more of you and the private situations demand more of you, we need to find the balance at work also to level that out. And I know that's the general thought behind work-life balance, but it's mainly focusing on work and on life. And at this time we need to focus on both in the end. And I know there's different ways of looking at it, and I know there's a lot of different ways to consider work and private life and so on, and some likes to have a very strict wall between the two. But I think post-COVID we realized that those things can actually go quite well together. And I can give an example from my own private life, that I have been at home now for almost 2 years with a home office, which is perfectly fine. I also had it before COVID, but was in sales, so I was driving out a lot also. But now I am sitting at home in my office every day, and it works perfectly. I can have my meetings when my kids are at school, when they come back home in 1, 2, 3 o'clock, depending on the days. I can spend a few hours, I can have a tea with them, I can talk with them, I can help them with the homework, and then I can work again in the evenings when they're put to bed. So my life balance is very, very good when it comes to these kind of things. And sometimes I also work on a Sunday, and sometimes I also work late on a Friday. It's depending on what is demanded of me in my situation. I even had a meeting yesterday in my Easter break, because it was an important topic, and the managers that I needed to have the meeting with, I could not postpone it. I took 1 extra hour out of my calendar, even though I'm on holiday, and that kind of balance is fine for me. But some people really don't like that, and some people, I say there are two kind of employees. The ones that work to live, basically meaning I want to go from 7 to 4 or from 9 to 5 or whatever the hours is. No more. I will go home, I will be with my family. Perfectly fine. Also one of the categories in my motivation video. And then we have the people that live to work, which basically means they don't care a lot about too many friends. They don't care a lot about what happens in around the school with the kids. Some might even not have kids. They're focused on working and doing a great job there. Also perfectly fine, but we need to find the proper balance between the two of them. and we need to find the proper balance as a company on how we can leverage the two of them without misusing them. So for me, work-life balance is an outdated topic post-COVID, and we need to realize much more that it's all about balance in general. And again, when I look around me and my environment and look at the burnouts, I see a lot of them blame work. But honestly, when I look at it, I would not blame the work only. I would also say, yes, you have had a tough time at work. You have worked a lot of hours. But you have at the same time tried to show up at the kids' daycare with cake every Friday. You have at the same time realized that you should drive the football team to every game they have. Sometimes we need to find the balance also by taking some things from the private life and saying, no, I cannot bake the cake on Friday. You need to find somebody else to do it. Or no, I cannot drive the soccer team this weekend. I need to finish something at work. And another time you can do these things. So it's all about a balance in all of it, and not just work life, because there is only one life in the end, and that's what we need to realize, and that's what we need to strive for. And if we can find that balance, we will get much more efficient people at work, and they would be much more happy in their private life. And I think that's all for my little vacation topic this week. And I know it's already a bit shorter than normal, these videos, but I think it's an important topic, and I think it's something that leaves room for imagination and for thinking on this topic for both managers, employees, employers, and so on. But I think it's very important, and I have my balance in place, at least at the moment, and I hope you will find yours as well if you don't have it right now. I wish you all a happy Easter, and then I will see you in the next video.